is Independence Day in Las Vegas, Nevada. Tonight at Cashman Field, fireworks are on the 4th of July schedule in the USL Championship. Las Vegas Lights FC hosting LA Galaxy 2. Happy 4th, everybody. Alongside Devin Kerr, I'm Jeff Radcliffe. Thanks for making us a part of your holiday festivities here on MyLB TV and ESPN+. For some, sparklers are the go-to on this night. It is fitting that crowds at Cashman Field have been sparkling all season, over 9,400 last week. But that stellar support saw the first home defeat of the season, a 1-0 loss to Oklahoma City. Devin, important that Jesus Gonzalez and company explode tonight.
He was part of the reason that they were able to go on the road in that El Paso match and get the victory, and followed up with a nice 90 minutes against OKC Energy FC. Not overly concerned about the performance put forth by the Las Vegas Lights, but the reason that they've been so good in the midfield, they've allowed Moby Fair to explore a bit further because of that man. He can hold form on the defensive side of things, allow the outside backs to get high, help out on the back line, almost create a back three, but then also work all over the pitch, spraying outside, getting up front in the run of attack. Great pickup for Las Vegas Lights.
Meanwhile, Los Dos snapped an 8-game winless run Saturday. Frank Lopez a brace and a 2-1 win at Orange County.
This is a team that has been morphing over the course of the season, more specifically the last two games. They've changed into basically a 3-5-2, 5-3-2, however you want to call it. Their ability to get forward has become a bit more profound in a positive manner, and that's because of Frank Lopez and Augustine Williams and the system in general to allow two forwards. That's right, we said it too for Las Vegas Lights. They're going to have to mark on that back line. LA Galaxy coming forward. They have not had the ability, always one, now it's two. Have a bit more fun.
These teams played to a scoreless draw in April. Las Vegas ready to light the fuse against LA. Zappo starting lineups and kickoff next.
All right, Bar, let's see what you got. Great, Bar. That's really using your head. You made the team.
Thanks, Coach.
Water?
I'd do anything to sell you a car.
That was hard work.
Because of UMC, there's a wide open road ahead of me.
Because of UMC, she can grow up with her twin sister.
Because of UMC, I'm here to help you.
UMC, the highest level of care in Nevada.
Zappos makes returns easy, so you can save the drama.
What do you want?
For your 18th century prima donna.
Did you eat my last taquito?
Nope.
Lawyer!
Drama-free customer service 24/7. Zappos.com. Zappos makes getting help at any time easy.
They're on their way.
Great.
So you can save the drama.
Curfew was 2 hours ago.
For your teenage llama.
Michael, look at me when I'm talking to you.
Drama-free customer service 24/7. Zappos.com.
A summer of soccer continuing at Cashman Field. Tonight, Lights FC looking up with LA Galaxy 2. A must-win tonight, according to Eric Winalda. A 20-day break after this contest. You see the inspired uniforms from the '94 World Cup. More on that in a bit, but let's go to our Zappos starting lineups. First for the hometown Lights. One change, Para is out and Sandoval comes back in off of suspension.
All comes down to the reference earlier with Jesus Gonzalez, where he will drop back in. Christian Torres will spread out wide, as well as Gabe Robinson. Kevin Garcia Lopez and Jobin Torre, everybody starting to get healthy for this Light squad. And going forward, it's been impressive, but defensively, can they remain stout for the entirety of the match? That was one of the issues they ran into against OKC Energy FC. Truly a brilliant performance where Eric Winalda's boys followed up after that El Paso game. Unfortunately, just in the latter stages, they allowed Deshaun Brown to exploit about 3 guys. They have to tidy things up. For the visitors, it's a tale of a different tape. We referenced the change into this 3-back system of theirs, where they've gone into this 3-5-2, 5-3-2, again, however you want to pronounce it. But the interesting look on it is, number one, you're going to have 5 changes. That comes in Michael Gallagher and Nate Schultz. They're going to step in front of Ontiveros, who has remained at that center back position, as well as Ernesto Walker, Adrian Vera, and Don Chilau in the midfield. And if you look at the right side, Don Chilau, more offensive-minded, similar to what we saw at Kai Koreniuk last week, and Requejo on the left, more defensive-minded. So it's a balance, but it's off-kilter, if you can follow me. So it'll be more look on the right channels going forward, and you'll see them sit a bit deeper on the left. So providing the substitute role, moving to the right side in support, helping out on the defensive side of things. But again, the 2 guys up top are the key factor for me. Frank Lopez, Augustine Williams. The 2 up top going forward gives them the ability more to explore in the final third. They haven't had that primarily with the 1 striker in the past.
Those starting lineups are brought to you by Zappos. Visit zappos.com/soccer. Take a look at Mike Munoz, the 35-year-old, now in his 3rd season in charge, and getting more of a free rein on how to run this team in recent weeks.
It's quite interesting that just talked about how they were quite possibly in the future going through an overhaul. Just recently adding a director to the team itself, technical director, in the likes of Juan Carlos Ortega, a Mexican coach that involved at so many different levels, the main man himself, but also at the youth national levels. And that's why he has the ability to go in this 3-5-2 system. And all he wants to do is they want to go win. And that's not something usually he'll out of a 2-team. A good opportunity for Los Dos, who was in good form earlier this season, and now a chance to get back on the playoff hunt.
Saw Augie Rodriguez a moment ago. He's the acting head coach tonight. Eric Winalda is serving a suspension for being sent off Saturday in that loss to Oklahoma City. Augie giving the final instructions. Let's take a look at our Findlay Toyota keys to the game, brought to you by Findlay Toyota, where John Barr will do anything to sell you a car.
A little play on this Independence Day, home of the Brave. That first loss on the season coming last week against Energy FC. And they're getting a chance now against Los Dos. It's the first time in 5 matches that they're not playing a team above the playoff line. Everybody has been in the top 10. Los Dos sitting just below them, land of the free. Final third, what can LA Galaxy 2 now do with the opportunity in this system change under Mike Munoz to really show the manager that he's right? They are going to be better in a 3-back system. They've been given the freedom. Now they have to execute.
Our referee is Elton Garcia. He's assisted by Matthew Seam, Babacar Jallo, and Randy Hoffman is the 4th official at the poker table in the technical area, the 4th official spot, right at the halfway line. And we will look to bring you the action. Las Vegas now in the replica jerseys from that '94 World Cup won by one Eric Winalda. And very, very sharp. So in the red, white, and blue, apropos tonight, we are underway. It is game on from Las Vegas as LA Galaxy 2 and the whites going from right to left. And we'll see what kind of pressure Las Vegas puts on. They tend to pick their spots and immediately will work it into the area. All in yellow tonight, Thomas Olsen. Now on 7 shutouts, good for 4th in the league. 43 saves, good for 5th in the league. So glad to have you along. Thanks for making us a part of your holiday weekend. That one going to be sprayed across, overcooked and corralled by TKO, the Las Vegas native. Sitting 10th in the West going into this matchup. LA Galaxy 2 right on their tails, both on 22 points. A win tonight for Las Vegas could put them in 8th should they win by 3 or more. LA Galaxy 2 with other ideas. Want to stay in that top half. Turned over, but Gonzalez there took it a little too aggressively.
Stay in the top half, and the way things have been playing out recently, the playoff teams above them, Mexico United, having a bit of an Open Cup hangover, dropped a few games recently. And like Phoenix of T2 lost to Phoenix last week, dropping points up top. Austin going down to San Antonio just yesterday, 3-0 win for Darren Powell's boys. Fresno gaining ground on Sacramento, so a chance just above you where you can go back a little bit and really gain some ground. That's one of the talking points coming out of the West right now, how everything is so bobbled together. But some of the bigger teams slipping just a little bit, and I say just a little bit because that window of opportunity will fade fast. So any time to just take a few baby steps forward, no matter 1 point or 3. Always make the most of it if possible, especially in a midweek game.
UMC is the official hospital of the Lights. Tonight's health report showing that Brian De La Fuente still out, but he is working his way back, has been training. No injuries to report from him from LA Galaxy 2. In a roster that is often fluid with what they're doing up at the first team. LA Galaxy in MLS playing tonight against Toronto, same time as this game. And it's been a sketchy day in Southern California, 6.4 magnitude earthquake. Thankfully, there have been no reports of injuries. Over 135 aftershocks have been felt. In fact, they felt some of that quake here in Las Vegas. Justin Vom Steeg making his 12th start. Fair can't handle it. Galaxy 2, Stos off and running. Harvey had it taken away. Another foul brings it back. Devin, what do you make of the kits? There was the Stars version, which you see here. There's also the Stripes version that they played in that '94 World Cup, which you have a copy of that you brought tonight. Too bad we're not on camera to show it.
Jealous. I want one.
These are nice. Yeah.
They are beautiful, and I like what Eric said to us because he was spot on. How when these were debuted 25 years ago, nobody wanted them. Everybody kind of thought, wow, it's got this denim look, not fun. I was one of them, and I was 10 years old in 1994, and I said, yeah, I'm not about that. I went for the red and white stripes, still supporting our men's national team. And now not only do they wish they had the throwback to go to, now they've brought up the replicas. Beautiful kits for Las Vegas Lights all the way around as well. With the shorts, the socks. I think it's a great interpretation of what Brett Lashbrook and the PR department are and what Las Vegas Lights are capable of, as we see on a regular basis, and just an ode to the nation as well.
Earlier this season had the Vegas Golden Knights themed kits. Pull out all the stops, and then the beauty of this is you get, at the end of the match, you get the shirts off their backs. So 11 select fans will be happy to have those. Season ticket holders also an opportunity to get those limited edition jerseys. Yeah, I think they were quickly in vogue after Eric Winalda hit that free kick against Switzerland. Eric, by the way, somewhere in the house, because of the suspension, has to be in the press box or luxury box areas. Was with the fans pregame, we're hearing. Schultz
wasn't too happy with the refereeing performance out of Victor Rivas. Can't blame him. Coming out of that game, I was chatting with you. I just said, I have no idea how they lost that match. I mean, dominated start to finish. And to be honest, some of that, it just has floated around the Western Conference recently. It's quite interesting how teams will just take over matches, maintain possession, pretty much win every single statistical category, except the one that matters most. You know, goals win games. We actually saw it last night in the Fresno-Sacramento Republic game, where Quails at home, Fresno on the road. Fox's only one win in that series. They were 1-4 going into the game, and they got played off the park. I mean, they did not look good. Simon Elliott's squad looked much better. But the Quails just couldn't finish. It was very, very similar to what happened to the Lights versus OKC Energy FC. And sometimes there's just no magic. Eric said that to us. Sometimes it's not your night. You got to find a way to squeak through and get a result, and they just weren't able to do so.
Lights had a 19-8 edge in shots. So Tommy K. Olsen had a shutout against LA Galaxy 2 in that meeting back in April. In fact, he didn't have to make a save in that game. That's how dominant they were in that one on the road. Vera will serve this in with the left foot low, right to the edge of the 6 and pushed out. Rodriguez keep it. There's Raquel. How long does it take? You've got the 3 at the back. You have the wing backs. When you've got guys playing that, when you haven't played it really all season, how long does it take to adjust as far as your personnel?
It's a good question, and it's not just the formation change, but the personnel specific to the outside midfielder positions. That was something Mike Munoz mentioned, where can he get the wingbacks all on the same page? We talked about a little bit coming into the match where Raquel, much more defensive tactician as opposed to Don Chilao on the right, who will really challenge you in one-on-one situations, trying to progress into the attacking third. So as a defender, you're sitting 3 at the back. Okay, well, take a look like Omar Ontiveros, who plays on the right side of the center back position. Easy switch for him. I mean, he sits in the middle, and he's still going to have guys on his left and right. Not the case for Gallagher or Nate Schultz.
There, as the flag comes up.
Nate Schultz will now have a bit of support, or at least hope to, on his right side in the likes of Don Chilao, but needs to find that balance from the midfielder. And then Raquel can cheat a little bit, knowing that he has the ability behind him, but can he then counteract it and help out in the attack going forward? Munoz knows that, yes, they played it out that way last match, and yes, they're going to try and do that moving forward. Their key component is the distribution coming out of the back. Can they really isolate the midfielders and the 2 boys up top, as we've talked about, when the Las Vegas Lights outside backs get very high? That's a key movement for the Lights. And
Walker serving it all the way across. There's Raquel. Locked into the corner. Sandoval eager to get back into that starting lineup tonight, fully fresh. And then we'll concede the throw.
Exactly what I'm talking about, where the ball comes back across. Yes, it's not the initial chance. Take a touch, redistribute it back into the box. Lights are too good up the defensive side. They close quite rapidly. So Sandoval out of position for a second, but immediately tracks back, able to make the tackle. You have to find a way in the likes of Raquel to release that ball much sooner. That's the defensive side of him holding onto it too long.
Collision center of the park. Might have been friendly fire from Carlos Harvey. And we'll have to check Villarreal checking things out. He actually came out of the game last week with an injury as a precaution. Turned out he was just fine and back in the starting lineup. And yet head check here, which is quite serious at this point. Sandoval down for Las Vegas. Training staff there quickly. To go through protocol, we'll see. 11th minute. Let's see what happens as far as possession after this. But right now, Sandoval off, and for at least a moment, it will be a man-down situation. Sandoval gets checked out as play resumes. Same with Harvey. So 10 on 10. Launched up the right side and overshot everybody. Sometimes when you're not used to playing on this field, it is a bit shorter than many. You see that often when a visitor comes in, especially if they're playing on a proper size field, that adjusting to those longer balls has been a problem.
takes some time, and when you don't have the ability to train on it either, you're just on this quick little trip out. Takes some adjusting to get to. You hope to get through some movements like that in warm-ups, but that's not always the case. They break off the 11, you go through your movements and try and get some quick space things going, get your blood pumping. You're not going to see a boatload of boys launching it back and forth.
Robinson, big throw. Gallagher there with him step for step to see it go past the end line. It'll be a goal kick here for Justin Vomsteeg. Well, we'd love to hear from you throughout the game. Get into that conversation by tweeting us at LightsFC or at Jeff_Radcliffe or at Devin Kerr 9. Try to read your best tweets on the air. Vomsteeg had 7 saves in that win on Saturday at Orange County. Bend but don't break at times. And the flag up.
He's been the element of choice for Mike Munoz back there, primarily. A few others being used as well, but Vomsteeg seems to pretty much give his team an opportunity to stay in matches. They were quite hot earlier this season, to be honest. It was a squad in Los Dos that had a rough couple seasons in 2017 and 18 where things were switched up a little bit. You're looking at a squad that I think had 10 victories last year. That's a bit different now.
Preston get on the ball and one and done again. Immediately playing direct, going to that other side. Frank Lopez, who proved to be so dangerous last week. Goals 4 and 5 on the season. Oklahoma City last week been mostly handled by Las Vegas until the very end. Went all the way across the face of goal and out.
It's interesting as well when you look at the numbers. You take some teams and the possession is whatever. And you just say, oh, look, they won the possession, they won the passes, all that. Another look at Movit's Galaxy, and there's that cut back across. Augustine just can't catch him on the near post. A lot of times, there really is no true purpose behind it. That wasn't the case. Las Vegas gave themselves opportunities to finish things off. Just couldn't do so. I mean, how about Irvin Power's volley in the inside at 10 minutes to go, right off the upper 90. Beautiful movement, and it's a bit different than what we saw earlier on this season. They become much more fluid in their actions. Unfortunately, that full 90 minutes still lacking a bit for Winalda's boys.
Eric said afterward, that's kind of when you know it's not your night, when you're rattling the post that late. Especially a goal scorer of the quality of Irvin Parra.
The most important thing for them that they weren't able to do last year, that they've gotten better at this year.
It was well recognized by Villarreal. He was offside. Tell by Sandoval to keep it going. Really created a chance. Garcia Lopez. Continue.
It was well done by Sandoval. He's not involved in the play, and the whole backline stop from Galaxy 2. When those nights happen, when the magic is not there, take the draw and find a way to at least get a point. That's how you continue to stay involved in the standings, and especially with games when everybody's so closely matched like this. Come the dog days, September, October, you're not going to have that luxury anymore. So you have to stay within striking distance. You put together a solid 87 minutes, can't turn it off for the final 3. Just got to find a way, grasp that one, and move on.
OKC Energy entering that match was behind Las Vegas in the standings and played leapfrog with the smash and grab at the end. Soccer is a cruel mistress, I said at the end of the broadcast. That is never been more apropos this season at times for Las Vegas Lights FC.
I've been on both ends of that. I've been in games where, I ended my youth career in the, I was 18 years old, so wow, 2002, think about that one. In the regional championships where we just played this team off the field, did everything right. Must have hit the crossbar 3 or 4 times, outside post 2, 3 times. They could not cross over into our half. Penalty in the 88th minute, we lose 1-0. And that's how you end it. And just sometimes that's the way it goes. Most important thing, head up, back to work, got a job to do.
Everybody that's played this game has had that story at really any level. Torre now making a foray into the attacking third, sends it across, nobody home. It'll be Cruz to track it down on the near side. Looking for a spell of possession here in the attacking third. Fair will keep it. Now to Villarreal. From distance, not too troubling there for Vom Steeg. Goes wide of the target. In the 18th minute, no score here between Las Vegas Lights FC and Los Dos, second meeting of the season. Lights have never beaten LA Galaxy 2. Last year, one of those games, 7-2. A defeat in May at LA. The game here at Cashman was 2-1. Anytime you have 9 goals, it is a game to be forgotten. From distance, on the way and in! Goal, Las Vegas Lights! Gonzalez is first of the season. Oh, say, can you see it's 1-0?
Told you what this kid was capable of. History with Eric Winalda dating all the way back to that cup run in the Open in 2012 with Cal FC. Now an opportunity to showcase it in a different manner. The glue that can hold this back line together when the exploits start going forward, but also an opportunity to showcase himself in the final third. Brings that across his body, and the aftershocks have followed the Galaxy all the way to Vegas.
The Richter scale getting lit up a bit. So in the 19th, it is now 1-0. And now Preston feeling frisky. And we go back to LA Galaxy 2 had the bulk of the possession up until that point. Cruz trying to settle. Vom Steeg will corral it.
That's the look he can give you in Jesus Gonzalez. And especially when you're sitting the way you are with Los Dos right now. Your three in the back line have spread themselves out a little bit. Carlos Harvey had tucked in to a block at the top of the 18. Just a massive amount of space. They were accounting for all the runs coming forward. Movi Fair was stepping up. Pablo Cruz had come over. Villarreal and Preston were obviously always high, and then Sandoval. So you've already got all these runners, and then the guy who's sitting basically as your 6 in Jesus Gonzalez that will come in between Torres and Gabe Robinson. The next thing you know, he's 20 yards from your net. That's really difficult as a defender to have to understand that that back shoulder run, the guy's not going to be there for 80 minutes of the game, and then all of a sudden he's there. He's not there for the open 20 minutes of the game, and then he's right there. So you have to make sure that you're not switching off in situations such as that.
LA, 70% of the possession when that goal went in. To your point.
Did it matter? It wasn't enough for Thomas Olsen to have much. There's everybody. See how flat the back line is? Everybody at the top of the 18, nobody trailing on the backside. That's the outside mid, and Don Chilau. Could he be defensively minded enough to help out Nate Schultz? That's his run. Got to come back, and that's a midfielder who is not used to playing in his own third. Got to find a way to find that balance that we talked about with Requejo on the left.
Schultz has been the consistent right back most of the season. Looking to answer into the far post, headed back in, top of the 6 and cleared by Fair. And in behind it goes. Should be a corner kick. First of the match for LA Galaxy 2.
Nice little response here. There's Requejo, floats one to the back post. Just see if you can put something back in. Well done by Lopez to give an opportunity for Williams. They're not on the same page as of yet.
We have to Schultz. Intercepted by Gonzalez. Lights looking to build up. The 1-goal advantage. Long switch on his high horse and running out of real estate there. KGL, Kevin Garcia Lopez. Well, the Lights return from their midseason break on Saturday, June 27th, when RGVFC visits Cashman Field on Nevada Donor Network Night. Thanks to Terrible Herps, tickets start at just $10. Visit lightsfc.com/tickets for more information. That one from distance. A bit ambitious. But Walker took it. And Walker caught the eye of Eric Ronaldo when watching and prepping for this game. Some high praise for Panamanian, who has one cap with the Canaleros. Matter of fact, played against the U.S. back in January. Knocked down by Preston. Not too far out in front.
Mr. Walker, a big boy in the midfield that does a good job of not necessarily being the engine that makes this whole thing go. He does try and provide that support, and it's part of an age bracket that's starting to rise a little bit here for Galaxy 2. They need it. A squad that recognizes that they need to nurture this youthful movement coming through their academy system, but also find a way to get some of the veterans involved. And
easy foul there. Villarreal knocked to the deck by Harvey.
Sounds weird saying that about Ernesto Walker, but you turn pro at 17 years of age and you're 4 years in. You've become a seasoned vet, though. Not looking the same here for 19-year-old Carlos Harvey, Panamanian, who's had some reps alongside Ernesto Walker at the national level.
Villarreal will cruise here. Jose will yield this. Right-footed delivery from Cruz Jr. Headed on frame and off target to the left. Robinson, who has a tendency of getting heads on things. Cahill trying to find Lopez, who's been invisible for the most part. Back to Vom Steek. Taveros. Foul will pull it back. And Augie imploring the effort. Garcia, the referee, let that play advantage, and afterward pulled it back. Free kick going to the left side. Braquejo. One with Sandoval. He pushed back. Took a wicked bounce inside the area. And Olsen off his line quickly to grab it. The confetti littering Cashman Field. 1-0 on Gonzalez's goal in the 19th minute. Make that the 18th minute. Las Vegas looking to get back into the win column after some impressive victories against teams at the top of the table in New Mexico and El Paso. Loss was unexpected last week for sure. First loss at home this season, so you want to right the ship. Lopez trying to get on the end of things. Preston got ahead to it. He'll chase. Armstead out of his area.
And notice here with Los Dos, they're just slowly moving that line higher and higher. And that possession we saw just before the goal was a bit more horizontal. Not the case now. The vertical threat starting to become more apparent, where Mike Munoz wanted to go in behind the backside, and he said, how are we going to do that? Well, we need to clog the middle and push it out. And when that option's not there, play through the likes of Ernesto Waco and Adrian Vera. They're starting to find that space. Las Vegas Lights trying to be pinned in their own third. And every time they are relieving that pressure, it's kind of that long, hopeful ball out of the back. Preston, you go get it. Jose, you go get it. Can't be the fine print. Have to go a bit deeper on that, where find that outlet pass. It's real simple too. They're capable of it, where good communication coming from Thomas Olsen. They're not going to let you play those quick balls. Someone else has to step out. Let Gonzalez come receive it. Push those backs higher. And yes, maybe the restart from Olsen is one of the long balls, such as so. But this gives you an opportunity now. Push everybody up. Bring that back and really make Galaxy 2 play out of their own half instead of conceding so much space to them.
Real chopped down. It was a guy singled out by Eric, has really wanted to have a big game here against his former organization. Real, the MLS level, 68 appearances, 5 goals. And with LA Galaxy 2 had 33 appearances and 7 goals. Spent 6 seasons in Carson. Into the area. Torre picks his times to come forward, and it's been a handful. Half shot off, good chance. And flag was up on the near side.
Good threat. Jonathan Torre coming around that outside back and one-on-one, just cutting things back across. Lovely movement by the marking back, taking on that entire right side. Nate Schultz is going to have his hands full if this movement continues. You can find a way. Torre involved a bit more. That's something Ronaldo talked about, and as to whether or not he's going to make it into the lineup this evening.
And getting in behind Lopez, and save made. Will they rue that chance? Still work to do for Las Vegas. Top of the area, shot on the way, and it's in. Scoreline's been leveled on the stroke of a half hour. Carlos Harvey, if it's him, who's waiting just outside the area, has his first tally of the year.
Going back to what we just talked about, that relief. Once you sustain the pressure and go the other way, have to find a way to get rid of the outlet pass and then start going forward. That's not the case. The deflection comes out. Initial chance by Lopez, terrible on the near post. Makes an absolute mess of it. Good save by Olsen regardless. And as it comes back to the top of the 18, plenty of space, plenty of time, too much. In fact, Las Vegas Lights can't close it down. Visitors get even.
Hydration break here, 15 minutes to go in the first half. And a whole new game, 1-1. And if you're LA Galaxy 2, you have to feel that was earned.
So that line kept moving higher and higher, and eventually something was going to break. Either the counteraction by the Lights to get back into it, or Galaxy 2 breaking through. The deadlock is broken on the offensive side for the visitors, and quite impressive on the follow-up strike from distance. And just outside 18, Frank Lopez is going to be very upset with himself. The Cuban getting inside one-on-one, had the ball to the back post if he wanted to go himself, had the trailing run by Williams, could have even tucked it in near post and hit it right at Olsen.
It's always the second ball that gets you, though. You feel you've done your job defending. You don't see that guy sneaking coming in from that second level. So there'll be no shutout tonight for Las Vegas Lights FC. Credit to Harvey. On loan from Taro. Panamanian First Division, making himself right at home here in his 8th start. Level at 1. Throw into Las Vegas. Immediately going from defense to offense on that transition. LA Galaxy 2. Here's the hold up from Lopez, and on the run again. Dealt with that time by Torres. Fair can't quite clear. Luckily bounces to Sandoval, who's on the run. Sandoval crosses halfway, plays it through. Preston trying to get there. Vom Steeg was up to it. End-to-end soccer here on this 4th of July. Taveros on the ball. Play the long pass. Caught in center field. Thomas Olsen. Garcia Lopez wins the joust that time with Raquejo.
Beautiful distribution coming out of the back from, guess who? Jesus Gonzalez. They've started to work this right side a little bit. I'd actually like to see some more involvement on the left. Pablo Cruz and the overlapping from Torre. Ranchilao is really not dropping back whatsoever to help out Nate Schultz on that right side, and there's a boatload of space to be had. Wright's just not going after it.
Launched from Robinson, right on frame on the redirect, but not enough on it. Come back to Christian Torres. Well, fans, La Bonita is the official supermarket of Lights FC. It has the best single game price in town for every Lights game. Visit any La Bonita supermarket for your Lights tickets. Get them for $9 here in the summer of soccer. Keeping it alive, and they pulled back on the foul. And you see the body language from the Lights players. Raquejo, the one that hit the deck. Be Gallagher wearing that captain's armband tonight for Los Dos. Instead, he'll yield. Raquejo serves it to the back stick. Job by Torre. Held by Harvey. And cleared by Las Vegas. Play direct themselves, but Vom Steeg coming all the way out of his area once more. Switched near and overcooked.
It's a bit more of what you were referencing earlier, that width is not Galaxy 2 is used to. So they try and change the rate of play here. On the far side of things, plenty of space to be had. A moment just to go for Las Vegas Lights, struggling to maintain possession coming out of the back. Both Moby Fair and Gonzalez had come very deep. The inside backs from Las Vegas Lights had already pushed their line up. In that situation, have to find a way to then rotate back inward. KGL or Travatore can step out of their comfort zone, come back into the middle, basically occupy the space that was just there. From 6 and 13, Moby Fair Gonzalez. That's a communication factor on the field that has to be better.
Jalal is it forward, and a bit of a takedown. Harvey will earn the free kick. Throw in, Joao has it. To the area right to Lopez. Circle around that end line. We'll nick it forward. Cruz comes back, and now we've got a corner kick. So have not been crisp at the back in this game.
For either unit.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a bit appalling, to be honest. Some nice midfield play. The boys up top starting to make their way into this match, but both backlines struggling defensively.
Lifted high, won by Robinson. And Preston not fouled. Good patience shown by Los Dos. Served into the area. Taka Preston crosses halfway and gets to the return pass on the give and go. Preston gets a shot away. Good defense. Last ditch effort from Vom Steeg.
Great job here by the goalkeeper to come off the line. This ball comes back across his left. Much better look. If it's out in space, he then doesn't have to track back and wait for the ball to catch him back up. Put it on his left foot. He can just release on Vom Steeg. Has a bit more space to work with either way. Lights trying to pull something back here just before half.
Villarreal will have the corner kick. In swinger. Right at the 6. He only found a white jersey. Good cleanup tackle from Fair. Textbook. His service into the area. It was snuffed out. How about change for $1? Right back through. Nobody home.
Time seemed to just stand still. Raquejo staring up at it as Light's more than happy to collect and go back across.
One of those slow motion moments. What a big crowd on hand tonight. There's the 3D fireworks show coming up afterwards, which 3D glasses were handed out at the gate. Knights FC would like to have the show taken care of in the first 90 minutes. Step by Harvey. Controls and that initiates the switch. Walker. And now near side it goes to Vera. Cahill. Bustos has been comfortable in the attacking third. Cahill pulls it down off the chest. Coming back is Garcia Lopez. Williams plays it back. Cahill. And it falls to Las Vegas. Sandoval checking his surroundings. Good poke check by Gallagher. Mr. Walker has had a walk in the park and center of the midfield here so far tonight. Schultz makes the run. Head down, leaving it back. Disrupted by Gonzalez and out of play. Throw coming back to LA Galaxy 2. Heavy touch from Williams. Goal kick.
Good job by Thomas Olsen. Springing here. And to be honest, the AR on the far touchline had a front row seat for the challenge of the goalkeeper coming out. Well read and rightfully so. Awards them with a goal kick. And it's interesting, we reference the far side and how we haven't seen that much on the left side. We have the luxury that some of the fans at home don't, where we can actually see the breakdown statistically of all the run of play and which direction it's headed in. Almost 80% of the attack for Lights right now, right down the middle or on this right side. So hovering right around 20% when you break it into thirds. Have to find a way to get Pablo Cruz more involved. Have to find a way to get Torre in those overlapping runs. We've really only seen one, which almost ended up in the back of the net when he cut back across.
Third minute, 1-1. Zontiveros will give way. Five changes tonight to the lineup for Mike Munoz. 3 in the midfield, 2 in the back. Depew and Hilliard Arce, 2 stalwarts, the center back spot. Not getting to go tonight. In fact, Hilliard Arce in the 18 tonight for LA Galaxy on the MLS side. That game 0-0. 5 minutes from half. Tied here as well, 1-1. Laquejo slips it ahead. Another great ball across, looking for Williams right at that 6-yard line. Won by Gallagher. Another comfortable spell of possession here for LA Galaxy too. Lopez, one of the targets there. Well, fans, you can join Cash the Soccer Rocker at Top Golf this Sunday morning for the Women's World Cup Final featuring the USA and the Netherlands. Doors open at 7:30 a.m. Fans of all ages are welcome. It will be a big day in the history of U.S. soccer. Women playing for World Cup and another star on the jersey. Men playing for a Gold Cup against Mexico later on. The line from Torre. Throw Vegas. It's been a bit deliberate at times. Lifted long. Preston. Looking for help. Switch it wide. Tracked into the corner. And LA Galaxy 2 will take that all day.
It's just a ball that, if it's gonna happen, make sure you're all on the same page. It's not a bad idea, but when the run's not occurring, why play it in? It's almost like cutting off your nose to spite your face, where you've done all that work to get down there and just, hey man, you're supposed to be on it. That's not how it works at this level. You can have that conversation in training, you can have it in preseason, maybe in some friendlies, but when you get into league play, there has to be an end product, and it can't be knocking it over hoping that someone's on the end of it.
There'll be 2 minutes tacked on in the form of stoppage time. Our ABC Hyundai halftime report will follow. Foul against Vegas, center of the park again. Been a busy man in terms of fouls, has Hilton Garcia. It's 14 fouls now for the half combined.
Chippy, over 45 minutes, you're averaging one every 3 minutes, and I'm not even good at math, and I figured that out. It's got to be more closed off here in the second when everybody steps in.
Has it. He played one of the 2 minimum to go end to end. Preston trying to hold it up and couldn't be clean on it. Well, if you're Mike Munoz, I think you're happy going into the half. Level at 1. Maybe a chance for more here.
Be happy with the play in general. Obviously the equalizer, very important. And almost an immediate response from them as well. Didn't wait around a long period of time to get back on the score sheet.
Cahill. Wrong foot there. And in behind, goes for a goal kick. About 15 ticks left. Should be the last kick of this first half. In fact, he won't even get it off. Halftime at Cashman Field. When they go to the locker room, Las Vegas and LA tied at a goal apiece. Gonzalez in the 18th for Las Vegas. Harvey in the 30th for Los Dos.
Ronaldo will be a little frustrated that he's in on the sideline to let his boys know what he wants, but I'm sure that he's had the conversation prior with Augie Rodriguez. We saw it just at the tail end, Pablo Cruz coming over to the near part of your screen, Sandoval going over. If that's how you want to do it, that's fine. Too talented of individuals in the middle of the field that got to find a way to get them both involved in the run of play. Visitors, much of the same in the second half. They'll look to sure things up on the back line. Wasn't impressive from either squad, and managers will let them know, get back to it in the second 45.
Jesus, the highlight of that first half for Las Vegas. We go to halftime. Our ABC Hyundai halftime report coming your way. On the other side of this break, it is 1-1 at the half. Las Vegas and LA Galaxy 2.
Professional soccer returns to Cashman Field when your Las Vegas Lights FC take on Rio Grande Valley FC Saturday, July 27th at 7:30 p.m. Don't miss the Zappos fan tailgate before the game, or you can catch all the action on MyOV-TV, Channel 21, Cable 12.
I'm looking at that truck. Wow.
That's awesome.
This 4th of July, celebrate in a new Chevrolet.
Oh, wow. They're all really cool cars.
Woo, I love it. I can't stop staring at it.
Spectacular deals are on display now at your local Chevy dealer.
Wow.
It's time to upgrade.
Get 20% below MSRP on all 2019 Silverado double cab pickups. That's over $97.50 on this Silverado.
See your Southern Nevada Chevy dealers.
Let the experts at Select Physical Therapy get you back to an active lifestyle. Our comprehensive programs deliver the highest level of physical therapy, hand therapy, sports medicine, and work health rehabilitation. Our highly skilled therapists develop individualized treatment plans to exceed your expectations. So don't live in pain. To request an appointment today, visit selectphysicaltherapy.com. Select Physical Therapy, the power of physical therapy.
Thank you for calling Zappos. How can I help you today?
So I have a little problem. I ordered a dress yesterday afternoon, and it showed up this morning.
Okay.
I'm not really emotionally ready for it yet, so I put it in the garage under a tarp.
Totally understand.
So can I send it back?
Yes, you can absolutely send it back. You will have to touch the box, though.
Thank you so much.
At ABC Hyundai's 4th of July sales event, get 0% APR financing and save over $5,000 in interest on your new 2019 Elantra, Sonata, Kona, Tucson, or Santa Fe. And your first year's registration is included. ABC Hyundai, #1 in Nevada for a reason.
Welcome to our ABC Hyundai halftime report. Las Vegas and LA knotted at a goal apiece all season long. Halftime is brought to you by ABC Hyundai, proud sponsor of the Easy as ABC Hyundai Soccer Clinics. Jeff Radcliffe, Devin Kerr, as we discuss a little bit of that first half, but we also need to take a look back. We got the replica on the right, although you can barely tell. That's what it looked like in the World Cup in '94, and the reenactments here from the gaffer.
Legend. Love this picture. I don't know about the boots. We got to have a talk about that, Eric. Old school. What were you wearing, man?
Oh, I love the black.
Go with Copas. Go with Copas. Shades of Switzerland in the Pontiac Silverdome. That 1-1 draw against them back then.
He must still do yoga. He can still hold that pose. Outstanding. Our ABC Hyundai halftime report continues after a look around the USL Championship. It's 1-1 in Las Vegas.
Go for goal, and they find it! Opiel's gone for goal, another deflection, off the post and in! Tacoma on top, shot, and a goal! He's going to push that ball wide toward Gonzalez. Gonzalez, a first touch cross back inside for Dillon and a goal! Inside the 18, shot, push wide! Loose in front, it's Freighter! What a hit! He plays it into the box, headed down, and Freighter!
To Kiesewetter, Kiesewetter, in for the goal! Nice cross, Kiesewetter,
Asante, outside the box, Asante, goal! It's Rios! It's a great cross! Daniel Rios again! Ryan Brown sends it, and it's a goal! Ryan Brown! Lubin, what a save! A second save, loose in front! And Lubin guarding the post. Denied by McCarthy!
A lot more height on it, McCarthy, a great save! On the volley, oh, what a save! Newton again.
Collier curls, saved.
Oh, looking for a shooting lane, coming to loft. Pipped away. He got it on frame. Olsen up to the task.
Diko with a touch. Great save, Tempakis.
Shot on, Tempakis with a great save. Nice little 1-2. Caleb Richards. Richards getting it back. Caleb Richards.
Eduardo Martinez able to put it back in.
Martinez puts it back to Coffey. Goal! Lofted ball in. Williamson.
Good build up here for Portland Timbers too. Good chance for Williamson.
Swinging away. Header. Robertson. Follow up in from Lobo. The header comes in. A great save and on the follow.
Outside at the top of the box. It's dangerous from there. What a fantastic finish.
Another wild week in the USL Championship. An early start here on week 18, more than halfway across that season now as we take a look at news and notes from around the USL Championship. Seems like it hasn't been that long since the season started. Welcome to the show, Christian Sordo, Player of the Week. Phoenix rising, continuing to rise like the cream of the crop they've been the last couple of seasons at the top of the standings. You see them all the time.
8 straight, one behind the Western Conference record of Real Monarchs set by Mark Ritz's boys back in 2017. They would bow out first round versus Sacramento Republic, who would actually end up losing last night to Fresno. Phoenix get 2 more. They can tie Cincy's record set back last year. And of course, the coaching change. Sad to see Steve Tritchu on at Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC and Martin Vasquez. I'm sure both of them, with the talent that they have and everything they've been able to accomplish over the course of their career, will end up somewhere in the near future.
Also back to Jim McGinnis in Charlotte. You got 3 coaching changes now. We're halfway through. Here's a look at the live standings in the USL Championship Western Conference. We already alluded to what Phoenix was doing. Who's impressed you the last couple of weeks? Who could be there to stay here as we start getting into the second half of the season?
So someone said to me last weekend, who is the biggest challenge to the #1 spot right now, which is Phoenix Rising FC? I said T2. And the reason I said T2 was their body of work so far, their level of consistency, and if it weren't for 2 goals in extra time on the road at Phoenix, they would have had a 2-2 draw. I mean, it's really, really difficult to go in there and get a result. And so if that game is maybe at Providence Park, we'll see in the near future, how does that result differ?
What do you make of New Mexico United? Have slipped to 7th in a span of 3 weeks. Is that all Open Cup?
It's a combination of 2 things. It is managing Open Cup play. They don't have a deep roster. With all due respect to Las Vegas Lights, they didn't play their full starting 11 in that match. Troy Lasena said that he got that wrong. When you take a look at Freighter, Sandoval, Chris Wehan, and Santi Moar, you can rest 2, maybe. You can't rest 3 or 4. He got away from that. Now he's going back to the formula before. They got a draw. They have an interesting matchup this week, though, challenging Real Monarchs on the road.
Las Vegas will look like to ascend, but they've got some work to do in this half. Taking a look around the championship scoreboard last night at Wednesday Night Soccer. 3-0 San Antonio FC over Austin Bold, who had been hot coming in.
Great result for Darren Powell's squad. Already talked about the Fresno game, and a little bit of lady luck never hurts. Colorado Springs, thought they were going to pull this out. Ronnie Argueta, 46th minute, but Michael Seaton, Giovanni Ramos-Godoy made them pay down the stretch. How about Reno? Just keep firing off after that loss to Phoenix. Sam Gleadle, brace. Nice 4-0 victory over Jerson Echeverry's boys.
Well, when we come back, we'll run through the first half highlights and kick off half number 2. It's Las Vegas Lights FC, LA Galaxy 2, tied at a goal apiece.
At ABC Hyundai's 4th of July sales event, get 0% APR financing and save over $5 grand in interest on your new 2019 Elantra, Sonata, Kona, Tucson, or Santa Fe. And your first year's registration is included. ABC Hyundai, #1 in Nevada for a reason.
Boston Dental Group, your place for friendly, gentle, and convenient dental care in Las Vegas. We offer you expert specialists such as orthodontics, implants, cosmetic dentistry, and even pedodontics for your children. Call us today to take advantage of our limited time offers. 25% off cleanings and only $250 down to start your braces today. Call 702-388-8888.
We're Boston Dental Group, making healthy smiles more affordable to you.
Because of UMC, there's a wide open road ahead of me.
Because of UMC, she can grow up with her twin sister.
Because of UMC, I'm here to help you.
UMC, the highest level of care in Nevada.
High energy bills have you feeling like you're in the penalty box? Score a hat trick with the Universal Solar Direct exclusive. 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 5 months. Don't get stuck paying interest with the other guys. Invest today, save for a lifetime. Call Universal Solar Direct today and receive up to $5,000 from NV Energy just for going solar. 0 down, 0 interest, 0 payments for 5 months. Universal Solar Direct, proud sponsor of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Universal Solar Direct. Pay less for your electric.
For every Lights FC home game through August 24th, buy your discounted Terrible Herbs $10 tickets at lightsfc.com or call 702-728-GOAL. Viva Lights!
Back at Cashman Field, getting set for half number 2 between Las Vegas and LA Galaxy 2. Jeff Radcliffe, Devin Kerr, as we take a look back at some of the highlights from a very eventful first half. A couple of goals and a lot of chances going each side.
A lot of stuff coming out of the middle, and Ernesto Walker, his big presence, the Panamanian getting involved going forward. There's another ball sprayed back. He gives this one away. Opportunity for Las Vegas Lights to really challenge the back line first time, and why not? Let's make them pay. There's the trailing run by Jesus Gonzalez, a man who has such storied history with Eric Winalda. We talked about Cal FC, and of course part of that Atlanta Silverback squad a few years ago. Makes his way back in, shows his manager the appreciation in the form of a goal instead of the defensive duties. Visitors would get back into it, though. They really started to put the ball down and play, and we saw the possession early on, but that high line really started to move forward. You could hear Mike Munoz from the side saying he wanted them to be a bit further progressed and really challenge the Lights to play out of the back. That was the case. Time and time again, they were really making them question themselves. A lot of long balls coming out of the back, allowing Preston, or trying to at least, and Villarreal to get involved going forward. Just couldn't make anything happen, though. It was too individualistic. Had to be more involved in a group play. This is the goal. And Frank Lopez, we said, gets this all wrong. But notice they don't panic. Just cycle it back around, much like the Lights trailing run on the backside. Too much space at the top of the box. Multiple players from Las Vegas Lights. Nobody steps over. Nobody rotates. Everybody standing, flat-footed. Lovely goal by Harvey. Just pulls the trigger from about 22 yards out. He gets it even. And down the stretch, this is my only criticism here. I love the break. But this ball can be put on the left foot, out in front of space, an easy tap in. Instead, comes back across the body, has to wait up, has to regain momentum, allows the goalkeeper to step out. Bumstead with a good save.
Match stats, shots on target even at 4, but LA Galaxy 2 bossing the possession here on the road.
You and I were just chatting. You said, do you notice a difference of Los Dos over the past few games and what they look like? They have a clear-cut identity, and that's the best way to say it. Previously, with all due respect to Munoz, it was a bit more 1, 2, 3 guys and spring them, let's see what happens. That's not the case now. You can really see some pretty movements coming out of the midfield, going through Ernesto Walker, stuffed by Requejo on the left. Haven't been as impressed on the right side, much like Pablo Cruz on the left for Las Vegas Lights, but really, really pretty from the visitors so far.
When you're one of those MLS O&Os, you always have that balance of developing for the first team and winning games. Obviously, winning games is a skill you want to teach at this level, but it seems like that pendulum is being swung a little bit more on let's getting some results here.
It's quite interesting, too, when you look at all the other 2 teams around the league, Tacoma Defiance, Bethlehem Steel, New York Red Bull 2. They don't usually have that luxury. It's our purpose is bigger. We're trying to push guys into our MLS squad. Mike Munoz has been given free reign, and he has the opportunity now to go have a little fun, and the youngsters have been showcasing it the past few weeks.
I was going to ask you what you think Augie Rodriguez said at half, but it looks there are some things going to be adjusted here as 2 changes will be made with Jonathan Levine and the leading scorer, Irvin Parra, coming back into this lineup. So 2 changes at the half here for Augie Rodriguez. So Parra, it's obvious what he brings. What do you see with bringing on Levine? Let's see where he sets up in this attack or in this defense. Looks like he's going to protect the back line for now. Just underway. Second half as LA will protect the goal in front of the supporters. And immediately Parra trying to get on the ball. End to end again. Tommy Olsen going to come out off his line. Levine making his 5th appearance. And a couple of chances to get the go-ahead goal on second balls on Saturday and put him over the top. And now will be beat on that left side. Long ball all the way across. Williams trying to bring it down. Will chase it to the near side. Torre will force it back. And Sandoval quickly on the ball. Switches it to the right side. Parra dropping deep now into the attacking half, trying to find Preston. And not enough on it. Chess pieces move across the board here in the opening minutes of the second half. Long switch of play. Requejo trying to get the edge, get a ball all the way across. This has danger written on it. The back post and in. And LA Galaxy 2 have struck the go-ahead goal. And Augustine Williams has his 4th of the season. And that smelled like danger the minute Requejo got around the edge.
Quick strike ability. Full effect right here. Requejo on the left. Really great performance so far by him, and this change of system. Just a long ball to the back post. Allow Augustine Williams, just over 6'2", to go up and get it. With the trailing runs of Las Vegas Lights, they can't carry the momentum of the man from Sierra Leone over the byline. Instead, they allow him the space. He just puts it back across. Thomas Olsen can't believe there's no challenge to it. And to be fair, everybody gets this wrong. It's the back line of the Lights. Olsen should have done better tracking back over. Regardless, you still had Frank Lopez, who was a secondary option. Could have tapped this one home if need be. Instead, Williams puts him out in front.
Well, the start to the second half, not what Augie Rodriguez had in mind. Conceding a goal inside the first 3 minutes. Lopez came in late on that. The question is, did that ball go over the line? We don't have a replay along that line to see for sure. So the league is, and Opta is checking. As Lopez was there as the insurance policy.
He's just having a joke with his boys. Mine? I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to steal it from you. My apologies if it does.
If it is, it'll be his team leading 6th goal of the season. Para the rub down, and now so Lopez, as we're hearing from our producer Sharni, is getting credit for the goal.
He's buying drinks tonight.
Yep, and a place to buy them in Vegas for sure.
All the adult waters for you, my friend.
Adult waters, flavored water.
That's right.
Augustine Williams gets the assist, his first of the season. And bottom line is that the Lights now chasing a 2-1 game here at home. And this was a game, we talked with Eric Ronaldo this week. Lights players eager to win and put the taste of that loss on Saturday behind them, but if they win, they get the whole week off, which is a nice little motivation this time in the season. And now we'll have some work to do. Lights don't play again until Wednesday the 24th at Tacoma. 20-day break. The players can get 7 of that off. 6 or 7. Be welcome to get people healed up. Here's the long throw from Robinson. Inside the area. Sandoval tracking it down. So Requejo comes out for Koreniuk. Wearing the 52 shirt for LA Galaxy too. So 2 changes left for Mike Munoz.
Odd change. Very, very odd change for someone who has been a bright light.
And just had the assist.
Would have had the assist. Yeah, great ball played in.
Secondary assist.
Comes off.
It was MLS, he'd have one.
You just wonder if possibly pick something up on that with the ball played in.
From distance, fair. Took a deflection on its way out. Or in fact, stay in. Cruz serves it in. Top of the 18. And Los Dos on the move once more. Coming up on the right side is Chalao. Good work from Preston to come back and win it. Cruz down by a goal here. Preston out on the wing. Left-footed cross on the way, and wasn't what he hoped.
Now that you've moved a few pieces around, Junior Sandoval playing a bit more of an interior role as opposed to that right-sided presence he showed us in the first half. I go after Kai Koreniuk. Standing still a little bit, coming in, and then you have to wonder the change as to whether or not Requejo picks something up. See a lot of changes at halftime for managers, but not just after a goal 3 minutes into the second half.
Good steal by Lights FC. With a sense of urgency. What kind of response will they have after that go-ahead goal? And again, Frank Lopez got the credit, did get a touch before it went over the line. Dos on the move again, working the width. Koreniuk ran out of real estate, put it in behind. LA Galaxy on the road, put 2 across Tommy K. Olsen's goal. Final win in the air. Offside.
For Jonathan Levine coming on in place of Jesus Gonzalez. Just most likely wonder if that's a load management type thing. He was still coming back from injury, Jesus Gonzalez, and we'll say, oh really, but he played 90 minutes last week. Yeah, well, when your first game back, you show about 30 minutes on the road and win against El Paso June 22nd. Your third one is on July 4th. Quick math there, 3 games in 12 days. Go full 90 against OKC. Your body will start to feel that, especially with ongoing training sessions and this summer heat.
With the injuries this side has had already. A little back heel from Lopez. But to continue the thought, you really want to manage that squad getting into the second half of the season. Well, served in all the way across the face. Yields a goal kick for Las Vegas Lights FC. Well, if you're loving the summer of soccer, presented by Zappos, continues Saturday, July 27th on Nevada Donor Network Night. Get your Terribles $10 tickets at lightsfc.com/tickets. You can't beat the price or the great entertainment value. Hashtag Viva Lights. Don't want to be going into that match on a 2-game home losing streak. And a response. And right now, bossing the game, LA Galaxy 2. Serving it across. And tracking it down is Harvey. Very, very comfortable team from LA. Koreniuk, Daytona Beach, Florida native. The last couple of seasons in the Netherlands with AZ Alkmaar reserve team. Out of Dutch lineage and had some time with the Netherlands youth national teams before joining the US U17s. All the way back, a little pressure coming from Para. Fair. Finds Preston on the right wing. Serves the ball into the channel. It'll be a throw. And pops of fireworks all around Las Vegas now. And we'd like some here on the field if you're the coaching staff. The big 3D fireworks show afterward. Service in. On the clearance attempt. Preston serves it to the back post. Para, hands outstretched. I'm here.
Preston can't believe it. Does this have to be laid off to him? Really thought he was going to hit this first time on the right foot. Instead elects to bring it back across his body. And it's just that little glimmer. Makes him lean back. And though Para wanted this on the back post, pulling the trigger was probably the best option.
Here comes the pressure from Vegas. Good work from Levine. Up in possession. Sandoval. Long windup. Levine trying to track it down before it goes over the line. The throw from Jonathan. Played at Tulsa last couple of seasons. Launched the edge of the 6. Cruz keeps it alive. Back to Levine. Los Dos able to clear. Good step and a challenge, may bring a card. As Chilau taken out by Moby.
It had to be. Loads of daylight for Chilau. Great pace.
Yeah, missed.
He understands the tackle's coming, gets the touch off just before. Mike Munoz right in front. Well done by the midfielder. Recognized that he's most definitely going to get whacked and go to ground here. Just absorb the pressure and live another day.
Yellow card in the 58th. Yet to see the response from the home side. Koreniuk, the penalty spot, laid back by Lopez. Now Vegas trying to counter. Preston Ahead to Para. Saw the flag come up on the far side on the foul. Nope. Offside.
Irvin Para not happy, though. This looks close. Felt like Irvin Para was definitely, you can see he's behind the back shoulder. It's a difficult angle to tell. Live action proved much better in the sense that he had overstepped his stay.
Again, Chalao down on the pitch. Munoz saying that Chalao, with all the athleticism and speed he has, it's a guy who you want a little bit more production from. The talent is there, the draft pick out of Oregon State. Rodriguez getting a talking to.
Which is part of the growing process to the professional level where, yes, you score 15 goals and have 13 assists in his senior year. 71 appearances obviously back that up, but there are a lot of times at the collegiate level where you're a man amongst boys. You take the step up, not the case anymore.
Robinson clear. Koreniuk pressed it on him, goes the inside route, lays it back. Harvey. Wrong foot Sandoval. It's been an hour and mostly a clinic by LA Galaxy on how to play in the road. Lifted forward, Para as the flag stays down. Numbers come back to support. Knocked down just in front of the byline. Knocked down a second time, and there you go.
It's an area where Irvin Para, though, just get up. No conversation with the referee. It doesn't need to happen. You were already yelling before on the offside call. And did they get the first one wrong? He went down a bit easy, but notice he springs right back to action, gets up, and the second foul happened. Just give him a little look. Recognize that, okay, now you see what I was talking about before, and now go be dangerous on this set piece opportunity.
Just outside the 6-yard box. Cruz on it. A lot of options here on a tight angle, though. Preston, Sandoval in the box. Lifted to the far post. Guard against a counter. Step in from Torre. Overlap coming. Stead goes in. And headed high in the air. Ontiveros. And out for a throw. And another player on the turf. Sweep the leg moments. There's Vera back off the deck. Para will throw in front of Cash. Raise the roof. To the area on the back stick. Cruz was looking to get on the end of it. Vital win by KGL. And he goes rear for Tea Kettle. He's helped out on the foul.
Have to wonder on the long throws coming in. One from Irvin Para. 5 minutes ago, we had one from Jonathan Levine on the near side coming in. Not using Gabe Robinson, instead trying to find him in the box with his height.
Cruz service. Got to head to it. And in the end, it was Torres coming forward. Couldn't get the head down on it. Stretching it is Lopez. Front. Tommy off the line. some point here, you've got to have the response cash in. And play like you're the team at home.
This is quite drastically different than the performance you saw against Energy FC. They were the ones who were putting their foot on the ball, looking very tactful in their actions, and they really had the purpose. Not the case tonight. And that was one of the matches where, yeah, the magic may not have been there, and they got bit at the end. But now maybe, you know, pay that off to the visiting squad where you're from behind. Maybe not as many opportunities. So when they do present themselves, just have to be more efficient when push comes to shove.
Comes all the way across to Schultz. Some success when Lights pushed the tempo, had some pressure on. You got to balance that between that and chasing a game and leaving yourself exposed on the backside. Chalao will run out of real estate.
Preston's gone to the far side. Sandoval and Parra up top now. Still Pablo Cruz. Where is he? That left side of the midfield still lacking a bit, and I was really quite surprised, to be honest, some of the movements that they made in terms of personnel. Bringing Villarreal off, though he wasn't exactly an all-star in the first half.
In the center, it's Harvey. Now Chalao. Schultz with a negative ball back. Parra. Beat on Vom Steeg. Now the pressure comes. Taking no chances is Schultz. Support from Luisi Fuerza. Spur these guys on. Would like a goal at that end. Providing the soundtrack to soccer in Las Vegas. Robinson now here's the throw. Chucking it. The 18 comes all the way across to Cruz. They'll settle. He's back in. Nobody can get on the end of it. Handball. Now you mentioned the game against the Energy. It was a totally different energy from Las Vegas, despite coming away with no points in that one. The performance was good. And you can't say the same so far tonight. About 25 minutes to do something about it. The head, Korniak draws the foul. Smart soccer.
Yeah, every time that you allow these passages of play to be broken up in the form of a referee, a foul, it just takes some of that belief that you can get back into this game away from you. Just slowly pulling away at your soul. You hit the 68th minute, and again in the second half, very choppy in terms of the run of play. Hasn't been wide open whatsoever.
Down by Lopez. Now near side, Chalao, corner of the 18. On a back heel attempt, boy, that would have been goal of the week material from Lopez. It was in the end right at Tommy K. Olsen. Torres lifts it. Look from Sandoval. Moby track it down. Going to be a throw-in. Take a look at the cheekiness from Lopez here.
He scored 13 goals last year, but I don't remember in his resume seeing anything like this. This is really pretty. It's where you've got the pressure on the backside from Gabe Robinson. Not really anything to play through, but any window that can be open, you're happy to step through it. Tries to, just well done by Olsen to collect.
Wow, the shimmy and the shake to lead to it. Here's Parra on the other end. Runs into a brick wall. And decisions all going against the home side right now. body language starting to show it. Getting to that point of the match where everything from LA Galaxy 2 is going to be very deliberate.
Just having another conversation with the referee. That was one of the real negative things that I said can overwhelm this team at times, is their emotions, where they can kind of let it just take center stage onto some of their performances that have been better. And we saw a little bit of that in the Energy FC game.
Era sends it left. Reniak. That one begging to be knocked into the back corner. Again, Ernesto Walker. Well, the crowd's brought the energy. The team hasn't had that lift yet. Free kick, Vegas. And here comes the third and final change for Augie Rodriguez. And Edwin Rivas, attacking-minded player, will come in. Falls to the penalty spot. Nothing comes of it. You're at the point now where you do got to chase a little bit, take some risks, and be brave. Rivas will come on. Set to make his 9th appearance, all off the bench. Former Cal United FC man. And we'll take the second half hydration break on a hot night. Well, 4th of July in Las Vegas.
One of the things Eric Ronaldo spoke to us about was sort of an obstruction, if you will, last week leading into that Energy FC game, how it may have affected their run of play. And that came in the form of U.S. Soccer coming into camp, setting things up for a bit of help for David Vaudreuil to get his A license.
There's the story of the game here. First half. There's a bright start, at least a bright response. Gonzalez got his first goal of the season. It was after LA had most of the possession in the first 18 minutes. But you mentioned great response here from Los Dos. Winning a lot of the second balls tonight. And the goal from Harvey. That happened in a stroke of a half hour. And moments into that second half, it'll be Lopez to put the finishing touches on this beautiful run on the left side from Requejo. Knocked the net off the posts. And that's where we stand 2-1 after the hydration break. Well, less than 20 minutes to go for Las Vegas Lights FC to get something from this game. So Rivas, the third and final change. And the more you argue, the less time you have to work with. Torre is the man he replaced.
They're all quite confused as to why the referee did stop. Everybody kind of bewildered that they needed to have a stern talking to. Even Pablo Cruz saying, come on, let us go. We just want to get back to it.
Chill out. And we'll do it again. The Galaxy 2 came into the match last week on the road at Orange County, enduring an 8-game winless streak and more than 15 minutes away from back-to-back wins on the road. Cruz, every 50-50, falling the way of the visitors tonight. Preston, service across, tracked down by Sandoval. There's Rivas on the ball for the first time. Get to his left foot, good defending by Chilau. And plucked out of the air by the keeper Vom Stieg. .49 duels won for LA, 41 for Las Vegas. Preston, an attacking mindset here in the last few minutes. And that went in behind. Going to be a corner kick here for Las Vegas.
A real chance to showcase some of that height where you don't have to bring Gabe Robinson away from that long throw. You can just immediately put him in the middle. Christian Torres.
6 set-piece goals this year for Lights FC. So they have shown in moments in this regard. Down once, Robinson got ahead to it. Parra will flip it. But again, right at Vom Stieg, couldn't put it to the far post. And we'll have to check on the injury.
Sort of the way their night has gone on the offensive side of things. It's the half chance coming back in. Vom Stieg seems to always be right place, right time, and as this ball made its way back across, can't get it down, can't get it to the far corner or the near post. Goalkeeper just collects. The referee once again has to stop the game for an injury and possibly an apparent head injury. It looks like Michael Gallagher down.
Gallagher, a quiet night, but for the most part, he, Ontiveros, and Schultz have kept the Lights at bay. And that captain's armband, the native of Sammamish, Washington. Last couple of seasons of Real Monarchs.
He looks stunned. There's the trainer on the sideline saying, yeah, he's done. He's out of his element right now. It's rocked in the middle of the field, and all the traffic that was just in front of Vom Stieg before the save.
See exactly what happened to Gallagher.
And they're motioning for a substitution to the sideline. Gets his bell rung. There's the long ball to the back.
Head to head. Against Robinson. And a lot of times, when you're the one that's getting hit in the back of the head, you take the worst of it. As you know from your days playing defender. The change has been made, so Justin Fittis will come on, the San Diego native. His 12th appearance of the year. Who has played in a back three before, so should be comfortable if Mike Munoz opts to keep the shape the same. Just the second half, it's been lacking energy from Lights FC. Lopez on the other end. Flag is up.
Got the youngster Kai Koreniuk on the left coming in as a substitute, and Justin Fittis.
Parra on the ball. Find Cruz. Zigged when he should have zagged. That'll allow Levine to track back and get it. And serve it into the box. One and done. Preston putting the energy in. Robinson the header. Vom Stieg off the chest.
Still Walker's good with his feet, but 40-yard ball on the bounce for the goalkeeper to collect a bit difficult.
Rivas find Sandoval. And the chances just aren't being created tonight. A lot of times the Achilles heel for Las Vegas this year, the chances were created, but they weren't putting them home. They're just not getting them tonight. At least not the same fashion they're accustomed to.
They become quite simplistic in their actions going forward, where it's no movement in the middle, and there's basically a 30-yard gap. Get a good look at it right now, where just plenty of space to be occupied by the opposition and nothing for them to get any distribution running through. The levels are all off, and trying to find Cruz on the left, trying to find Preston on the right, and instead they're resorting to these long balls over the top, and no pressure being applied when it happens. Quite a few times you've actually heard Irvin Parr saying, come on, let's go, get it in gear. He's yelling at his guys when he's stepping. Unfortunately, no one's going with him. So he's not wrong in his actions, but it's also a bit of wasted efforts because there's no support in behind when they try and apply the press.
2 on Parra. And draws a foul. Cruz, this will be the time for some pinpoint delivery here. The young man from Pasadena. The back stick, it falls. Boy, what an opportunity. Goes all the way through and out without a touch. Ho, 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 it's Christmas and Hanukkah in July for Lights FC season ticket members. Show our thanks. We're getting gifting 31 prizes that range from coffee with Eric Winalda to being a llama handler for the game. For details, visit lightsfc.com for more information.
I'm in for that. Llama handler. That's me.
How about coffee with a llama?
That wasn't an option? I don't do well with caffeine, so I'll still take Dolly and Dottie out, though. They can have the coffee, and I'll just serve them.
Well, the game needs a little caffeine here at this point. With 9 minutes to go. Continuing to be a nuisance is Lopez. You know, coffee with a llama, but I don't know if you want to be the handler for Eric Winalda.
It's flippo. Yeah, Jaritos and Tequila could get a little rough there, right?
Yeah, a couple of Waldos on that one. Time running short here. Right side, not going to get to Preston. Just have not asked enough questions of LA Galaxy 2 tonight.
Preston just undercutting Justin Finnis on that far side as he tried to make his way back. Once again, a real start-stop half that we've had here. So many. 15 fouls conceded overall for Las Vegas Lights. It's approaching the 25 mark between the two teams.
How about another? That's been herky-jerky, to say the least.
It's difficult as a player to get into a rhythm. Even if you're not on the side that's committing the fouls, when it's every 3-4 minutes, referee blowing the whistle, and he's not wrong for most of them.
Yellow to Chalao there.
Get a better look as ball gets away from him. Studs up the entire way. He's right, has to blow the whistle when Rivas gets rocked.
Moby on the touchline. Gonna move the ball quick. Somehow, that was over the line. Galaxy 2 continuing to be comfortable. Here comes the pressure. A lot of time on the ball. Lights FC as it's turned over into the area, down in the box. Penalty! And a chance to level the scoreline for the Lights off of the press. And you saw the danger number 11's got. Has a reputation to uphold. And now a very important penalty upcoming.
Everything starts here from Irvin Parra. Wanted some help on the back. Well, you want something done right, got to do it yourself. Lovely little press, steps in, header out in front, just brings it back across the body. Feels like he's going to get a chance to finish it off and gets thwarted on the backside. Trailing run by Carlos Harvey, now an opportunity to get level.
It'll be Parra against Vom Stieg here. This is the chance for the Lights to level. 85th minute. Parra sitting on 8 goals. Vom Stieg on his line. He shoots, he scores! Tied at 2, Parra's 9th goal of the season. And he converts from the spot and sets up a frenetic 5 minutes after this. No, a goal came out of nothing. Out of the press when they least expected it.
We said to you that the emotion can overtake this squad sometimes, specifically Irvin Parra. His game had gotten away from him. A lot of conversation with the referees. But when you can strike the ball from the penalty mark, such as this, bottom corner, just put your head down and unleash. That's how you get back into a match. The summer of soccer has life, and it cometh in the form of Irvin Parra.
And the energy level raised to the nth degree here at Cashman Field. Confetti flies. Well, they played their way back into at least a point. And now, more bellicose. Parra fired up.
And I just wonder if you can continue this push. And this is a squad in Las Vegas Lights that on their side defensively had conceded 5 goals in a row after the 70th minute. Now they get a taste of their own medicine. Parra nets it equal from the penalty mark. Still minutes to play in this match. Leave the referee alone. Let's get back to it. Go get the victory.
Goes in the scoring column and yellow card book within minutes. Parra, by the way, scoring the 4th goal by penalty this year for Las Vegas Lights FC. Continuing to be a wrecking ball. As a bit of a push off. Good call. LA will look to restart and make a change. As we await Nick Depew to come settle things down. LA Galaxy gets out of here with a point. They'll feel a little hard done. In the end, though, you go on the road and get anything you'll be happy with. But when you have a 2-1 lead late, after you've bossed the game, what do we have here?
The one that got away. There's a discussion on the sidelines. Shows signs of what we just saw with Eric Winalda last week. We want to see a second one. Galaxy 2, they've drawn quite a few matches recently. RGV, Orange County, Tacoma, all in the shape of a 2-2. And then most recently, New Mexico United. They'd like to get back to their winning ways, much like Las Vegas had been on their little stretch.
Chucked by Robinson. Look towards that byline. 88 minutes gone. Means we remind you that tonight in every home game we thank Boston Dental Group for the shirts off the backs promotion. Call 388-8888 to schedule your appointment with Boston Dental, the official dentists of your Las Vegas Lights.
But Huggy Rodriguez shouting. He wants the long throw coming over here from Gabe Robinson. Why not? Haven't utilized it all here in the second half.
And the supporters in the house chomping at the bit for a late winner. Just like a set piece here from Gabe. Getting settled down by the referee, Elton Garcia. From Para on the penalty spot. Can we have a late winner? Robinson into the area it goes, headed high in the air. Some work to do for Los Dos. Able to clear. Let's see, will they defend in a block now the rest of the way to preserve the point? Making himself a nuisance again is Lopez. He wanted a penalty himself. Hearing 7 minutes of stoppage time, so we still got a long way to go. All the way back to Vom Steeg. Well, if you had a player of the game for Las Vegas in this comeback, who would you consider?
There's not many bright lights. It's very hard to pick one out based upon how dull it's been, to be honest. You have to give a little bit of credit to the second half push that they've had here with about 20 minutes to go.
How about Para?
There's
a corner kick.
Yeah, I mean, what he's been able to do with that really high intensity up top. Not really a true full performance from anyone. I mean, Christian Torres has been pretty consistent on the back line. Can't say the same for Gabe Robinson or Kevin Garcia Lopez. I mean, this is going to turn out to be a team effort down the stretch.
Preston whistles it in. Sandoval trying to get a turn on it and going to play it all the way out to the other side of the pool party. Well, following every home game, Clark County Credit Union presents the MVP of the game on behalf of the credit union's 40,000 plus members. Our vote right now going to Irvin Para, but we'll have to see whether Clark County Credit Union reaches the same conclusion on the field. Thank you to Clark County Credit Union. Perhaps another chapter to be written as Para sends that one in behind. Didn't get the ball turned around the way he wanted to. 7 minutes minimum here. And almost 2 gone. Lights looking to provide fireworks before the 3D fireworks that come after here on this 4th of July. From distance, teed up and a home run out of the park. Lifted long. Not shy and playing direct. Sandoval has a big leg in him if he wants it. Para stays on. Whistles it across on the back post. A couple of guys had a crack at it. Kevin Garcia Lopez along with Preston. And now it's getting end to end and stretched here in stoppage time.
Picture perfect ball whipped in by Irvin Para. Lovely patience, quick little touch up. Trailing run on the back post. Preston. No, pushed the wrong button there. Had 2 guys trailing that could have picked out either one of them. Neither can get on the end of it. Preston on the first thread and the second trailing runner from the lights obstructed a bit in his view.
3 minutes of the 7 now gone. Koreniuk galloping forward to the end line, and we'll lose it. Moby, head down, lifts it long. The track meet, Fittis. The beat LA chants. Loud and proud here at Cashman. It's across all sports. That one offside was Frank Lopez. Waiting for that one to come down. So more than halfway through the stoppage time. So it stayed 2-2. You give credit for Las Vegas for the fight at the end of this match. Last week they had the performance, but not the result. Could be the opposite tonight.
How many times have we seen them on the other side of this, where they're the one giving up the late goal, allowing the other team to just squeak one out and steal a point at the tail end?
Most coaches will tell you, you expected that to even out, just like referee decisions. You hope that all evens out by the end of the year. You win some you're not supposed to, you lose some you shouldn't. Cruz. I'm certainly going to be looking for 88, 11, or 19. Moby closed off. The play was backwards. And Rivas pinned back. So we go all the way to the end line. And about 2 minutes to go. Stieg. Rivas won the header, but into touch it goes. Final 90 seconds. Is there another line to ride in this one? Sandoval. Too much weight on the pass. There have been some hectic affairs late this season in this stadium. Some good, some bad. About a minute to go. Gabe launches it forward. Not often do you say the throw is just too long.
From almost the other half. Just a ridiculous weapon in the likes of Gabe Robinson and both of his arms.
Time for one more ball. Got to get it first, though. About 15 seconds before stoppage time is expired. And it's at the referee's discretion. Preston get ahead to it and cleared away. Now maybe Los Dos with an opportunity to steal it late. By Torres, and will that do it? We'll let it play or not. Final whistle from Elton Garcia, and the two teams will split the points. And credit to Las Vegas coming back late on the penalty from Irvin Parra, but it goes down as a 2-2 draw with LA Galaxy FC.
A major talking point here will be what ifs. What if we could have gotten out in front of Energy FC last week? Beautiful performance. They're on the wrong end of it. They lose 3 points tonight. They did not look good whatsoever. There was no real fluidity in anything going forward or coming back. But your goalkeeper and Christian Torres, Gabe Robinson did well just to keep you in the match. Even though you were down, you fight back into it, still able to salvage a point. Most important.
Well, ifs and buts were candies and nuts. We'd all have a Merry Christmas, but we are going to have a happy 4th of July. 2-2 on the field. Fireworks to come. Our post-game show as well right after this on ESPN+.
Professional soccer returns to Cashman Field when your Las Vegas Lights FC take on Rio Grande Valley FC Saturday, July 27th at 7:30 p.m. Don't miss the Zappos fan tailgate before the game, or you can catch all the action on MyOB-TV, Channel 21, Cable 12.
Jarritos. Super good. Que bueno son.
Because of UMC, there's a wide open road ahead of me.
Because of UMC, she can grow up with her twin sister.
Because of UMC, I'm here to help you.
UMC, the highest level of care in Nevada.
I'm looking at that truck. Wow.
That's awesome. This 4th of July, celebrate in a new Chevrolet.
Oh, wow. They're all really cool cars.
Woo, I love it. I can't stop staring at it.
Spectacular deals are on display now at your local Chevy dealer.
Wow.
It's time to upgrade.
Get 20% below MSRP on all 2019 Silverado double cab pickups. That's over $97.50 on this Silverado.
See your Southern Nevada Chevy dealers.
For every Lights FC home game through August 24th, buy your discounted Terrible Herbs $10 tickets at lightsfc.com or call 702-728-GOAL. Viva Lights!
Lights get the result on Independence Day. 2-2 against LA Galaxy 2, so two draws in the two meetings this season between these two. Jeff Radcliffe, Devin Kerr. As we try to put a bow tie on this one, and it was a really good start from the team clad in the 94 World Cup team kits.
I'll take your verbiage. It was too much from the visitors. It was too little for the home squad. Unfortunately, too late at the end of things to either one of these to get a victory. How many twos? 22-2, by the way. A lot of JC. And, they just couldn't get it done. The visitors came in hot. They looked nice on the ball. They really maintained good possession, side to side, vertical. They stretched the game in every which way. Even here, this is the first threat that we talked about where a lot of times you'll see things break down. It's the one look and put your head down, okay, sulk away. Not the case for Mike Munoz's boys. Makes it way all the way back around. Great job by Ernesto Walker to just tee this up. Carlos Harvey steps up, gets them out in front. Things would rotate back around. This was the second goal. Really liked the movement I saw out of Requejo on that far side. Thought that he was one of the best players while he was on the pitch for Los Dos. Unfortunately, that would end right around the 50th minute mark, just after this ball. Kind of a weird one. I have to wonder if maybe he picked something up on the backside of his leg when he plays it back in. Regardless, they go out in front 2-1, and they were coasting for a long time. They just kind of bided it. But when you let a team hang around and give them that belief, especially Las Vegas Lights at home, they'll make you pay. Comes around via Arvin Parra, and he puts them at 2. Well done to salvage a point.
How many times have you made that assessment? Let them hang around. 59% possession for the visitors. They get the 2-2 draw on the road. Offside 5 times for Las Vegas FC. Not on there is the Duels won 66-58 in favor of the visitors. Again, the performance not what you would hope for, but you're able to get a result out of it. You take that going into a 20-day break.
33 fouls. That's another one that's not up there that really, respectfully to both squads, affects your run of play. And you can't get into that movement. There's no rhythm. It's very, very difficult. So credit to them that we're shockingly still able to get 4 goals out of it. A lot of times you'll see a 0-0 out of a result like that. But now an opportunity with that extended time frame, get a break, hit the reset button. You are literally at the midfield of your season. Find a way to cross over into the attacking third and go with momentum when you go on the downslope.
Each team has a bit of a break. Las Vegas at Tacoma, and then back against Rio Grande Valley on the 27th. We'll see you there. LA Galaxy, like Las Vegas, move up to 23 points in the Western Conference. For our entire crew, from a partner Devin Kerr, our entire ESPN Plus crew, I'm Jeff Radcliffe saying so long. 2-2 between Lights FC and Galaxy 2. Good night and happy 4th.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.